All right, everybody, we got the beginning figured out, and now is lineup for today's game. First, the lineup for the Tigers from Hastings. Batting first and playing second base, number 3, Chris. Playing center field and batting second, number 13, Abbott. Playing shortstop and batting third, number 4, Arlt. The pitcher's going to bat fourth is number 19, Drake. The first baseman will bat fifth is number 5, Thompson. The designated hitter will go sixth. It's number 22, Brooks. The left fielder will go seventh. It's number 6, Monty. The third baseman will bat eighth. It's number 42, Delora. The right fielder will bat ninth. It's number 1, Degat. And at catcher will be number 7, Coleman. The head coach is Blake Marcotte. And now the starting lineup for your Norris Titans. Leading off and playing catcher, it's number 5, Alex Small. The third baseman is batting second. It's number 24, Bryce Fountain. Right fielder's batting third. It's number 12, Caden Kraft. The designated hitter's batting fourth. It's number 21, Max Marrow. Playing second base and batting fifth, number 1, Alex Lewis. The shortstop, number 2, Lane Truba. Batting seventh, number 9, and playing left field, Wyatt Fortner. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 20, Trace Fountain. The center fielder's batting ninth. It's number 8, Tyson Gaina. And leading off on the mound, number 22, Eli Starner. Student managers are Belly Hayes, Jalen Critic, Kyler Means, and Hudson Hyvee. Athletic trainers are Chance Hennessy and Blair Strikey. The assistant coaches are Scott Cahoot, John Ullman, Will Hayes, Phil Ivey, Aiden Bennett, and Greg Martin. And in his 10th season as head coach, Sean Bartholomew. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if able, remove your caps, and turn to the flag to the north at Titan Stadium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It is 80 degrees with little to no wind. What a night for opening night baseball.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's game with Norris Titans facing off against the Hastings Tigers here on NSTV. Season opener for both teams. Titans played in an exhibition game against Lincoln East. Last week they lost 14-0. Titans are a relatively old roster, a lot of seniors on this roster, and they'll look to them to guide them through the season. Hastings looking to almost rebuild a little bit, more like a retool. They qualified for state last year, but graduated 10 seniors. So it'll be a retooling year for Hastings. Today's game will really show what Hastings is made of. Titans have won the last 4 in this series history, with last meeting happening in April 2025. That was a 4-2 win for the Titans. Around the field for the Titans behind the plate is Alex Small. First base is Trace Fountain. Second base is Alex Lewis. Shortstop is Lane Druba. Third base is Bryce Fountain, and pitching is Eli Startner. In the outfield, in left field, it's Wyatt Fortner. Center field, it's Kyson Gaina. And in right field, it's Caden Kraft. Batting for the Tigers here in the top of the first inning, it'll be Brennan Chris, Owen Ablett, and Clayton Arlt. Titans with a couple of baseball commits on their team. Behind the plate, Alex Small is committed to UNO to play baseball. And at third base, Bryce Fountain, the former Nebraska commit, committed to play for Cloud County Community College. So Brennan Chris up to bat for the Tigers. He bats from the right side of the plate. This will be the Titans' first year at their new baseball stadium. They played a half year at their new baseball stadium in the old stadium in Hickman, Nebraska. Their new stadium is about 100 feet more outfield, so watch that to be a storyline of the lack of power. That was somewhat last year for the Titans. First pitch is popped way in the air. Trace Fountain gets under it after a couple steps and makes the out.
Now batting number 13, Ablett.
That brings the plate number 13, Owen Ablett. Ablett bats from the left side. Swung on, hit to the opposite field and left field. That'll get down for a base hit as it just got over Bryce Fountain's glove there. So it'll be a base hit single.
Brings up the shortstop, number 4, Arlt.
Brings to the plate number 4, Clayton Arlt. He's playing shortstop today for the Tigers. Here's the first pitch to Arlt. In there, strike one called. 0-1 the count to Clayton Arlt. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Startner. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. He's got it. That's Lewis. Over to shortstop in time. Over to first. Not in time. So it'll be a fielder's choice. That's Alex Lewis over there at second.
Brings up number 19, Drake.
That brings to the plate number 19, Peyton Drake. Here's the first pitch to the pitcher, Peyton Drake. In there, strike one called. 0-1 the count to Drake. Startner's doing a good job so far in the game, getting ahead of hitters. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to right field, and that'll get out of play for a foul ball. Makes the count 0-2 now to Drake. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Starner. Just outside, ball one. 1-2 the count now to Drake. Drake's going to step back in there. Runner on first, 2 outs, and here's the 1-2 pitch from Starner. Low ball 2, just low there. 2-2 the count now to Drake. Starner comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch from Eli Starner, the Titan senior. That was Arl in the move. Ground ball to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Art was running on the play, and he'll get to third. So it's a 2-out single for Peyton Drake.
Drake with a 2-out single. Brings up the first baseman, number 5, Thompson.
And that'll bring to the plate number 5, Zane Thompson. Thompson, a senior. And courtesy running for Drake is number 23. Luke Nolette. So Thompson up the bat for the Tigers. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Big spot for the Tigers. First pitch to Thompson is taken low, ball 1. 1-0 with a count to Zane Thompson. Starner comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Eli Starner. Just outside, ball 2. 2-0 with a count to Zane Thompson. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Starner. Swung on, hit to the second baseman, Lewis. He's going to take it on a hop. He'll throw it over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. Titans get out of a jam, and heading into the bottom of the 1st, it's Tigers 0, Titans coming up.
batting a senior, number 5, Alex Small.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Big yeah.
So here we are in the bottom of the first inning. It's Alex Small up to bat for the Titans. He takes strike one. 0-1 the count to Alex Small. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Drake. Foul ball. Count will move to 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Drake. Swung on, hit to center field. The center fielder is under it and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate number 24, Bryce Fountain.
Batting a senior, number 24, Bryce Fountain.
First pitch to Fountain is taken for strike one. 0-1 the count to Bryce Fountain. That'll get outside and by the catcher, ball one. 1-1 now the count to Bryce Fountain. Strike two. 1-2 the count now to Bryce Fountain. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Drake. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will remain the same at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Drake. Swung on, hit in the air. Second baseman's under it, sorry. He looks at it and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That brings to plate number 12, Caden Kraft.
Now batting a senior, number 12, Caden Kraft.
Here's the first pitch to Caden Kraft. Inside, ball one. 1-0 the count now to Caden Kraft. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit to the third baseman. He's got it. Over to first. In time for the 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning. Heading into the top of the second, it's Titans 0, Hastings 0.
to DKNY, Miami, DC, prefer Versace. That's right. All Philly boys know it's Moschino. Every cutie with
Leading things off for the Tigers, number 22, Brooks.
Here we are in the top of the second inning. It'll be Jackson Brooks up to bat for the Hastings Tigers, followed by Dominic Monti and Eduardo Dolore. Here's the first pitch from Stardner. High ball 1-0 the count to Jackson Brooks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit right back up the middle. It'll be an infield hit for Jackson Brooks as it kind of just skidded by Alex Lewis.
Brings up number 16, number 6, Monty.
So that'll bring to the plate number 6, Dominic Monti. Here's the first pitch. He shows bunt. He pulls it back in time. It'll be ball 1. 1-0 the count to Dominic Monti. Titans playing at double play depth. Here's Stardner comes set, and here's the 1-0 pitch to Dominic Monti. In there, strike one called, 1-1 the count out of Dominic Monti. Didn't show bunt that time, so be really interesting to see what he does after in this pitch. Stardner comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. He shows bunt this time, and it's fouled off, and the count will move to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Stardner. Inside, ball 2, almost hit Monty there. 2-2 the count now to Dominic Monti with Eduardo Dolore on deck for the Tigers. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit back to Stardner. He's going to throw it to the shortstop. He's got it over to first. Not in time, and it'll be a fielder's choice. 1-6-3 on the scorecard there.
Brings up number 42, Dolore.
Brings to the plate number 42, Eduardo Dolore. Pickoff attempt at first. Monty gets back safely. Chopped up the middle. That's Lewis. He'll step on second. Over to first. Scooped by Trace Fountain there, and it's a 4-3 double play. And after 1.5, it's all still tied up at 0. So here we are in the bottom of the second inning, and it'll be Max Maru. Alex Lewis and Lane Druba up to bat for the Titans here in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to Marrow. In there, strike one called, 0-1 the count to Max Marrow. Titans are still looking for their first hit of the game. Actually, they're still looking for their first base runner. They were 1-2-3 back in the first inning. Marrow takes a tough outside pitch. 1-1 the count now to Max Marrow. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Drake. Outside ball 2, 2-1 the count now to Max Marrow. Marrow bats from the left side of the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Low ball 3, 3-1 the count now to Max Marrow. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside ball 4, and just like that, Marrow gets on a leadoff walk.
Now batting, a senior, number 1, Alex Lewis.
That brings to plate number 1, Alex Lewis. He's a senior. For the first 5 in the batting order for the Titans are seniors. Batting order includes 6 seniors. The other 2 was Wyatt Fortner batting 7th and Kyson Gaina batting 9th. Here's the first pitch to Lewis. He shows bunt, and he went. Strike 1, throw down to first from the catcher Coleman, not in time as Marrow gets back safely. Here's the 0-1. Drake's still looking for the sign there. He's going to look back at the runner, Marrow. He comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch from Peyton Drake. Outside ball 1. They're looking at the umpire, see if Lewis did go. He did not, and it's 1-1 the count now to Alex Lewis. Drake comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Lewis shows bunt again, pulls it back. Marrow on the move. And throw it around to second's not in time. Throw it way high in the air. So Marrow now at second with nobody out and a runner on second. Here's the Drake's gonna looking for the sign. Marrow at second. He comes set, and here's the 2-1 pitch from Drake. Lewis shows bunt, can't pull it back. Strike two. 2-2 the count now to Alex Lewis. Druba on deck for the Titans. Drake's looking for the sign. He finally comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Lewis. Swung on, hit to left field. That's deep. That's the center fielder will get under and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Merrill will not tag and go to third.
Number 2, Lane Druba.
That'll bring to plate number 2, a junior, Lane Druba. So a runner on second, 1 out now for Druba. He steps out of the box. Drake's gonna look in for the sign here. Here's the first pitch to Lane Druba. Low ball 1-0 the count to Lane Druba, with Wyatt Fortner on deck for the Titans. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pickoff attempt at second. That ball will get by the shortstop, number 4, Arnold. And Marrow's going to get into third as that goes into the... It's by the third baseman. That's Delora over on there. And it'll be Drake picking the ball up. So a little circus action there on the air by the pitcher. That'll be ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Lane Druba. Outside ball 3. 3-0 the count now to Druba. So it's 3-0 the count now. In there, strike 1. 3-1 the count now to Lane Druba. Runner on third. 1 out for the Titans. Best scoring chance for the Titans all day so far. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Just out low and outside, ball 4. Drake doesn't seem happy with the call.
A senior, number 9, Wyatt.
That brings to plate number 9, Wyatt Fortner. Drake comes set. Pickoff attempt at first. Druba will get back safely. Drake's looking for the sign. Checks Druba at first. He comes set. Here's the first pitch to Wyatt Fortner. He shows bunt. Bunt is down. It's down the first base line. That should score 1, except for it goes foul. That was a great bunt there by Wyatt Fortner. It was a great bunt by the Titans left fielder. Just went slightly foul. Wind's just blowing, would blow it foul down the first base line. It's blown from left. Drake comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Fortner. He shows bunt again. Bunt is down about the same spot, but foul, and the count will move to 0-2. With runners on the corners and 1 out. I bet to see Fortner swinging here. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Drake. Fouled off, and the count will remain the same at 0-2. Fortner steps out of the box. Drake will step off the mound. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Druba on the move. Throw down to third, not in time as Merrow gets back safely. Druba with the steal there, and there'll be runners on. There'll be runners on second and third and 1 out, and a 1-2 count to Wyatt Fortner. Drake has produced a lot of fly balls today. 3 fly balls, 1 ground out, for counting for 4 outs, and that's outside ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Wyatt Fortner. That was Drake's 26th pitch of the afternoon. Drake has pitched first pitch strike to 5 of his 7 batters he's faced. And here's the 2-2 pitch as Drake will step off the mound. And looks like the catcher, Coleman, will go out and talk with Drake. Looks like they might have some issues here, just communicating. As Drake is slow to get set and slow to deliver home. So they're going to do a meeting on the mound. No coach will come out. It'll be a player visit. Titans have runners on second and third. 1 out, and it'll be 2-2 count to Wyatt Fortner when play resumes. Drake so far, 1.1 innings pitched. 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned runs, but 2 walks, and that's what's killing him so far. Fortner is going to step into the box here. Now he's going to step in the box. He's ready. Drake comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 called. A backwards punchy there for Drake, and a big second out for the Tigers. So that'll bring to the plate number 20, Trace Fountain. Titans still looking to get on the board early and first. Here's the first pitch. 2, and Drake's going to step off the mound now. He's ready. And here's the first pitch to Trace Fountain. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will be 0-1 to Trace Fountain. 21 pitches so far in this inning for Drake. He's thrown 33 in the game so far. 6 of 8 on first pitch strikes, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, and the count will move to 0-2. Drake's gonna get back on the mound there. Tyson Gaina on deck for the Titans. He represents the 9-hole hitter, and Drake will step off the mound again. Looks towards the Hastings dugout. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Drake. Outside ball. Merrow's gonna come home. Throw to the plate, not in time on the pass ball there. And Titans, with no hits, have a runner home. Druba also goes to third on the play. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Drake. Runner on third, 2 outs. Swung on and fouled off, and Fountain will stay alive. Fountain steps back in there. Younger brother of Bryce Fountain. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit down the right field line. That'll be a base hit. Drew was going to come in and store. Fountain's going to round first. He's got the first Titan hit of the day, and the Titans take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
Number 8, Tyson Gaina.
And so Gain is going to step in the box for the Titans, but they're going to have a meeting on the mound. This time the coach will come out to talk with the pitcher, Peyton Drake. Drake's only a junior. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on first. So Gain is going to step in the box now. Drake will stay on the mound. Runner on first, that's Trace Fountain. Fountain's on the move. Throw down to second. That'll not be there, but that'll be cut off by the shortstop, Arlt. And so Fountain now at second on the stolen base, and it's 0-1, the count to Kyson Gaina. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Drake. In there, strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Gaina. Small on deck for the Titans. He's the leadoff hitter. Titans with the runner on second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just outside there. Ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Gaina. Drake thought he had it. He was off the mound going towards the dugout. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Peyton Drake. Swung on, hit to right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Fountains rounding third. The throw to the plate will not be in time, and it's a 3-0 ball game as Gaina's gonna go into second with the single that turned into a double.
A senior, number 5, Alex Small. Let's go. Yeah.
So it's 3-0 with Alex Small up to bat for the Titans. Small's 0 for 1 with a fly out to the center fielder back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Alex Small. He pops it up, and that'll get out of play. So 0-1 the count now to Alex Small. Now 8 of 10 batters faced. Peyton Drake has pitched first pitch strikes. Drake's gonna come set. Gain is on second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Alex Small with Bryce Fountain on deck for the Titans. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2. And Gain is going to take third. So there'll be a runner on third, 2 outs now for the Titans. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Drake. In there, strike 2 called. 2-2 the count now to Alex Small. Small steps back in there, runner on third. That's Gaina. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Peyton Drake. Swung on, fouled off. And the count will remain the same at 2-2. It is a scorcher for a March opening with 80-degree weather. Inside and high, ball 3, full count to Small. Hastings fans didn't like that one. Full count now. Small's going to step back in. Here's the payoff pitch. And that'll hit. And that'll hit Alex Small. And that hit is bat, so it's a foul ball. Here's the payoff pitch. Low ball 4. And Small draws the walk, and it'll be runners on the corners. And 2 outs now for Bryce Fountain, the senior.
A senior, number 24, Bryce.
And courtesy running for him is number 11, Aaron Gettle.
Now with the courtesy run for Small, number 11, Aaron Gettle. Now batting, a senior, number 24, Bryce Fountain.
Drake's at 45 pitches, 34 in this inning alone. Here's the first pitch to Bryce Fountain. Pickoff attempt at first. Gettle gets back safely. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will be 0-1 to Fountain. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Gettle's on the move. Throw down to second. Not in time, as that went over the second baseman, and luckily Art was there to make the catch. So 1-1 the count now to Fountain. Runners on second and third, and 2 outs in a 3-0 ball game. And here's the 1-1 pitch from Drake. Drake's going to step off the mound. Drake comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit deep to center field. Center fielder is back. He will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Titans get on the board and get 3 runs. And heading into the top of the 3rd inning, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0. So that'll bring to the plate number 1, Trindon DeGott. Here's the first pitch to DeGott. Fouled off. Count will be 0-1 to Trindon DeGott. DeGott's the 9-hole hitter for the Tigers. He'll be followed by the top of the lineup in Brendan Chris and Owen Ablett. Chopper to the 3rd baseman, Fountain. He's got it over to first in time for the 1st out of the inning. Drew Blue is also making a play on that ground ball, but Fountain got there first. So that brings the plate number 3, Brennan Chris, who flew out to the first baseman back in the 1st inning. First pitch to Chris is taken for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Brennan Chris. Tigers looking to get on the board after a Norris Titan 3-run bottom of the 2nd. Chris takes outside, ball 1. 1-1 that count now to Brennan Chris. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 1-2 the count out of Brennan Chris. Starner comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. High ball two. 2-2 the count out of Chris. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chopper to the shortstop, Druba. He's got it over to Fountain in time for the second out of the inning. That brings the plate number 13, Owen Ablett. Ablett singled in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Owen Ablett. Swung on and fouled off. That'll make the count 0-1 to Owen Ablett. Eli Starner comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 0-2 the count now to Ablett. Starner only at 29 pitches so far, 9 in this inning alone. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Starner. Foul tip, strike three. Eli Starner with his first punchy of the day. And heading into the bottom of the third, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0.
Now batting, a senior, number 12, Katie Pratt.
So Tegan Way now pitching for the Tragan Way, for the Tigers. He takes high ball one. Sorry. So 1-1 the count to Tragan Way. Caden Kraft up to bat for the Titans. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Kraft. Ball 3, 3-1 the count now to Kraft. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Way. And that hits Kraft, and the Titans have the leadoff runner on. Brings to the plate number 21, Max Marrow, who walked back in his first at-bat back in the second inning. He later scored when the Titans 3 runs. Runner on first, nobody out for the Titans. Here's the first pitch to Marrow, low ball 1. That gets by the catcher, and on down to second is Caden Kraft on the pass ball. So 1-0 the count to Max Marrow. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Way. In there, strike 1 called. 1-1 the count now to Marrow. Way comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch to Max Marrow. Takes a big cut at that one. 1-2 now the count to Max Marrow. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Marrow. To Marrow. Marrow steps out of the box, calls time. He's back in there. Way comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Marrow. Way comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder and left fielders come together. Center fielder makes the catch. That's Ablett out there. That'll be the first out of the inning. Kraft stays on second there. What a play there by the outfielder, Ablett. Diving to make the play. Brings the plate number 1, Alex Lewis, who flew out to the center fielder back in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Lewis. Inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Alex Lewis. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped straight up in the air. And third baseman Drake can't quite get there. And it'll be 1-1 the count now to Lewis. So Way will step back on the mound. Way is looking for the sign. He's come set. 1-1 count to Lewis. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. They're going to hold Kraft at first, and it'll be runners at the corners, and one out for the Titans here in the bottom of the third inning.
Number 2, Lane Druba.
So Lane Druba up to bat for the Titans. He shows bunt. He pulls it back in time. Throw down to first. Not in time on the pickoff play. So it's 1-0 the count now to Lane Druba. Druba walked back in the second inning. He later scored. So Wade comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Druba. He shows bunt again. This time he took a poke at it and takes strike one. 1-1 the count now to Lane Druba. So Wade comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch as risky move there by Lewis. He took off. And so he'll be on second now on the stolen base. Wade comes set. Infield comes in for a potential play at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 1-2 the count now to Lane Druba. Way looking for a sign. He comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch to Druba. Swung on, foul down the right field line, almost into the Tigers' dugout. And the count will remain the same at 1-2. That was the 17th pitch of the inning from Tragan Way. Way comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Low ball 2-2 the count now to Druba. Way's looking for the sign. He comes set. Runners on second and third, and here's the 2-2 pitch. In there, strike three call. Just paints the edge of the corner there. And Druba strikes out looking. First strikeout, so first punchy of the day for Way. That brings plate number 9, Wyatt Fortner. He struck out looking back in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Fortner. He takes a big rip at a ball in dirt, and it's strike one. 0-1 the count to Wyatt Fortner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to left field. The left fielder's back. That's Monty. He's going to make the catch for the third out of the inning. Titans put some runners on base, but can't bring them home. After 3 innings, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0.
For the Tigers, number 4, Arlt.
Do it for the Tigers here in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Clayton Arlt, Peyton Drake, and Zane Thompson. Starner out for his 4th inning, and here's the first pitch. In there, strike one to Arlt, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 1. Grounded to the second baseman, Lewis. He's got it over to first in time for the first out of the inning. And Starner's now retired the last 5 batters and pitched 9 of his 12 batters faced first pitch strike as Peyton Drake steps into the box. And Drake takes strike 1. 0-1 the count to Peyton Drake. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Drake. In there, strike 2 called. 0-2 the count now to Peyton Drake. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Starner. Foul tipped, and the count will remain the same at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Eli Starner. High ball 1-2 the count now to Peyton Drake. Starner comes set. He's moving pretty quickly. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off, and the count will stay the same at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 called. A backwards punchy for Peyton Drake. That'll bring to plate number 5, Zane Thompson, who grounded out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. First pitch to Thompson is taken, strike one. 0-1 the count to Zane Thompson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded to the shortstop, Druba. He's got it over to first in time for the third out of the inning. And heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0. So here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Trace Fountain up to bat for the Titans. He singled and had the Titans' first hit of the day, actually. Norris has left 5 runners on base so far today. Like I was saying, Fountain singled, later scored. Tragan Way is still out to pitch. He also has a stolen pitch and a stolen base and an RBI. First pitch to Fountain is taken, strike one. 0-1 the count to Trace Fountain. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, foul down the right field line, and the count will move to 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Way. High, ball one. 1-2, the count now to Trace Fountain with Kyson Gaina on deck for the Titans. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off, and Fountain stays alive. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Way. And that one's going to plunk Fountain on the back, and he's going to be on first on the hit by pitch. That brings to plate number 8, Kyson Gaina. Gaina singled back in the first inning, later reached third. He had an RBI and a stolen base. Fountain's going to get his leadoff from second. Way comes setting. Gaina already showing bunt as the infield comes in. Pickoff attempt at first. Fountain gets back safely. That gets by the first baseman. That'll roll in a right. Fountain's going to head to third. Throw to third. It's not going to be in time. And Trace Fountain has gone to first on the error by the pitcher. Here's the first pitch to Gaina. He takes high, ball one. He's no longer showing bunt with a runner on third. 1-0 the count to Kyson Gaina. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Traegan Way. In there, strike one. 1-1 the count now to Kyson Gaina. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Way. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 1-2 the count now to Gaina. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off and Gaina's gonna stay alive at 1-2. Smalls on deck for the Titans. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Traegan Way. In there, strike three call. Just hit that inside part of the plate. And that's Way's second strikeout. Both punchies of his are looking. That brings to plate number 5, Alex Small. Small walked in his second at bat. He has a stolen base too. He flew out to the center fielder. Norris has scored 2 of their 3 runs with 2 outs. As Small fouls off the first pitch. Way now has thrown 5 consecutive strikes. Bryce Fountain's on deck for the Titans. Runner on third, 1 out now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Small takes low, ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Alex Small. Titans have had their leadoff man on 3 of the 3 times in 4 innings, and in the last 3 innings, all 3 times. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Alex Small. Here's the 2-1 pitch to from Traegan Way. In there, strike 2 called. 2-2 the count now to Alex Small. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Traegan Way as he shakes off a couple. Now here's the 2-2 pitch. Just outside, ball 3. Great job there by Alex Small holding up. And the count is full for Small now. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back, and the count will remain the same at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Way. Swung on, hit down the left field line. Shortstop gets there in time. That's Ablett. And thought about tagging up and going home. And the count, and it's now 2 outs now. That's Arlt making the play out there.
Number 24, Bryce Fountain.
That brings the plate number 24, Bryce Fountain. First pitch to Fountain here is taken for strike one. 0-1 the count to Bryce Fountain. This next pitch will be Way's 40th pitch of his outing. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. 0-2 the count now to Bryce Fountain. Titans had a runner on third and nobody out, but since then have not been able to bring him home as Gaina struck out and Small flew out to the shortstop. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off and Fountain's going to stay alive. Fountain has flied out twice, once to the second baseman and once to the center fielder. And here's the 0-2 pitch from Tragan Way. Outside, ball one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. And Tragan Way works out of a jam. And heading into the top of the fifth inning, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0. Due up first for the Tigers here in the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Jackson Brooks followed by Dominic Monti and Everardo Delora. Here's the first pitch to Brooks. He takes it for strike one. 0-1 the count to Brooks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 0-2 the count now to Jackson Brooks. Starner shakes off a pitch. He comes set. And here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball one. 1-2 the count now to Jackson Brooks. Swung on, hit down the first base line, but foul. And the count will remain the same at 1-2. In there, strike 3 call, the backwards punchy for Jackson Brooks. Sorry, for Eli Startner.
Number 6, Monty.
Brings to the plate number 6, Dominic Monty. Here's the first pitch to Monty. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Swung on, popped up. Shortstop Druba's under it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That brings to plate number 42, Everardo De Laura.
Number 42, Delora.
And that, correction, it's number 10, Charles Retzloff.
Retzloff.
First pitch to Retzloff is taken, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Retzloff. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Startner. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Drew, but he's got to make a good play on this one. Throw to first in time for the third out of the inning. And the Titan 1-2-3 inning for Startner. And heading into the bottom of the 5th, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0.
New pitcher for the Tigers, number 5, Thompson.
Now batting, a senior, number 12, Caden Kraft.
So here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Caden Kraft, Max Marrow, and Alex Lewis. Swung on, hit to right, and the right fielder will make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, a junior, number 21, Max Marrow.
That brings to plate number 21, Max Marrow, who walked in the 2nd and flew out to the center fielder in the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to Merrow. In there, strike one called. 0-1 the count to Max Merrow. Swung on, hit up the middle, and it's the shortstop right there to make the play. And that brings the plate number 1, Alex Lewis.
A senior, number 1, Alex Lewis.
Strike one to Lewis. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low ball one. 1-1 the count now to Lewis. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 1-2 the count now to Alex Lewis. Outside, ball two. 2-2 the count now to Lewis. As the new pitcher, Zane Thompson, has come into the game for the Tigers. Outside, ball three. Full count now to Lewis. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. And it'll get out of play. And the count will remain the same at 3-2. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will remain the same at 3-2. And that'll be ball four as Lewis works his way on in a walk.
Number 2, Lane Druba.
Pickoff attempt at first. Lewis gets back safely. Pickoff attempt at first. Lewis gets back safely. 1-0 the count now to Lane Druba. Two and 0 the count now to Druba. Ball three to Druba now. 3-0 the count to Lane Druba. Runner on first and 2 outs. Thompson got the first 2 outs pretty quick, but has gotten in some trouble in the last 2 batters. And here's the 3-0 pitch. Lewis on the move. Throw down to second. That will get by. Lewis will stay at second, though. So it's 3-1 now, the count to Druba. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Thompson. In there, strike two called, 3-2 the count now to Druba. Here's the payoff pitch from Zane Thompson as he is set. And Druba will call time. And Druba's going to step back in there. And here's the payoff pitch from Thompson. Swung on, hit to right. First baseman's under it and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Titans get another runner in scoring position but can't cash him in. And heading into the top of the sixth, it's Titans 3, Tigers 0. Titans did some defensive changes. They put Aaron Gettle in center field, and Kyson Gain is now in right field as Caden Kraft has been pulled. So batting for the Tigers here in the top of the sixth inning, it's Trindon DeGott, who grounded out to the third baseman back in the third inning. He'll be followed by Brennan Chris and Owen Ablett. Here's the first pitch from Stardner. In there, strike one's called. 0-1 the count to Trindon DeGott. Ball one, 1-1 the count now to DeGott. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to left. It's Fortner there to make the first out of the inning.
Brings out back to the top for number 3, Chris.
Grounded to the shortstop. Druba, he's got over to first, and that'll retire Chris. 2 down here in the sixth inning. Brings the plate number 13, Owen Ablott. And here's the first pitch to Owen Ablott. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will be 0-1 to Owen Ablott. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2 the count out of Ablott. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Startner. Just outside ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Owen Ablott. In there, strike 3 called. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Eli Startner as he has retired the last 13 Hastings Tigers batters. And heading into the bottom of the 6th, that's Titans 3, Tigers 0. So now batting for the Titans, it's number 7, Ashton Monroe. Ball 1 to Monroe. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Ashton Monroe. And it'll be caught by the third baseman, Peyton Drake there. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning.
A sophomore, number 20, Trace Fountain.
So Trace Fountain up to bat now for the Titans. He's the first baseman. He's reached base twice with a single and a hit by pitch. And here's the first pitch to Fountain. Swung on, hit to the third baseman, Drake. He's going to bobble it. Fountain's on the move, over to first, not in time, as Fountain's on with an infield single. Brings to plate number 8, Kyson Gaina. He's now in right. First pitch to Gaina's high ball 1. Throw down to second is not in time. So it's a stolen base for Trace Fountain. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Zane Thompson. Pickoff attempt at second. Fountain gets back safely. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hitting the air to center field. The right fielder's coming in to get it, and it ended up being the center fielder who caught it. Right fielder appears to be okay. It's number 13, the center fielder, Owen Ablett. They're going to check him real quick.
Looks like the God's going to be okay.
That brings to plate number 5, a senior, Alex Small. Small's reached base once he walked in the second inning, but has 2 flyouts to the shortstop and the center fielder in the first and the fourth. So 1-0 the count now to Alex Small. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Alex Small from Thompson. That'll get by the catcher, and Fountain's gonna head down to third. So it'll be a runner on third and 2 outs now. High ball 3-0 the count now to Small. With Bryce Fountain on deck for the Titans. Inside ball 4, that'll get by the catcher, and Trace Fountain will come home to score the Titans' 4th run of the game. And Small's going to be on first with a 4-pitch walk. And courtesy running for Small is going to be number 4, Cash Moeller. Swung on, hit to the the third baseman Drake. He's got it over to first, not in time. And it'll be an infield single for Bryce Fountain. As Moeller will advance to second. And that brings plate number 12, Caden Kraft. Here's the first pitch to Kraft. Outside ball 1, 1-0 the count now to Caden Kraft. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low ball 2, that'll get by the catcher. And he won't throw it anywhere as the runners move up another base. That'll put Moeller on third and Fountain on second, as it's a 2-0 count now to Caden Kraft. Chopper to the first baseman. He's got it, but he'll bring a run home. And the Titans now with a 5-0 lead.
That'll end the sixth. Titans lead 4-0.
Sorry, that'll end the sixth. And the Titans lead with a 4-0. So it'll be Clayton Ardle batting for the Tigers here in the top of the seventh. Eli Sterner going for a complete game. 0-1 the count. That'll be foul off, makes it 0-2. Ardle will step back in the box, and here's the 0-2 pitch from Stardner. Swung on, hitting to left field. Druba will get under it and make the catch for the first out of the inning. One down, 2 outs. Tigers down to their last 2 outs here. Here's the first pitch to Drake. High ball 1-0 the count to Peyton Drake. One and one the count out of Drake. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul off, and it's 1-2 the count out of Drake. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Stardner. Outside, ball 2, 2-2 the count out of Peyton Drake. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. It'll be Gain out there in center now. They pulled Gettle from center. Kraft is back and right, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that brings the Tigers down to their last out, and Zane Thompson Here's the first pitch to Thompson. Swung on, hit up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Single for Zane Thompson.
Thompson on with a base hit. Brings up 22 Brooks.
Brings to plate number 22, Jackson Brooks. Brooks singled in the second and struck out in the fifth. Courtesy runner number 23, Luke Nolet. Fouled down the first base line. 0-1 the count to Jackson Brooks. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Stardner. Swung.